The life of a Night Elf is filled with trials and tribulations, and in this series I plan to explore each and every single milestone, learning about what it takes to be a hunter in the lands of Teldrassil. Join me and my fellow companions, Sawbird and Dude, as we journey through Azeroth and learn all about what it means to be a hunter in World of Warcraft.
After years of imprisonment within the Emerald Nightmare, Archdruid Malfurion Stormrage has finally returned to the mortal world. Reunited with his love, Tyrande Whisperwind, Malfurion endeavors now to heal the corrupted world tree Teldrassil and rejuvenate the spirit of the Night Elf people. Yet as the great cataclysm shakes the boughs of their colossal tree, the Night Elves brace themselves against the coming storm. As war and destruction close in from all sides, it falls to Night Elves like you to stand strong and protect the enduring legacy of your people.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Holy City WoW here, creator of the Let's Level series here on the channel. Shukran and peace be upon you, family. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the very first episode of the series of our Night Elf Huntress Amaria's leveling campaign and journey. Oh man, it's been so long. Dude, look at this freaking bow animation. Are you kidding me? Dude. And also, I'm jelly because Night Elves, y'all seriously have some of the best hairstyles in the game, bar none. I mean, dude, look at this. The dark blue in the back of the ponytails, it like fades into a purple. It's a perfect gradient. That's actually my favorite shade of dark blue, or my favorite shade of blue, by the way, outside of like azure and whatnot. It looks so good. But y'all, for those of you who may not be aware, we started a Night Elf Huntress back in Cataclysm Classic, but because I started Amaria's journey and leveling campaign in Cataclysm Classic pretty much into the late game, dude, the bounce, oh my gosh, I have completely missed the bounce, the little hop, step and two that Night Elves do. Oh, it's so good. So freaking good. Also the leap. The flip versus the twirl, the flip of the Night Elves versus the twirl of the Blood Elves. I'll still side with my Blood Elf family because I like the twirl a little bit better. But yeah, we started Amaria. We originally created her back in Cataclysm Classic, and it's been a long time. Obviously, Cataclysm Classic transitioned into Mists of Pandaria, and I was itching for the chance to bring Amaria back. Herself, as well as Dude, our infamous lazy tiger companion and such. So here we are, back in Teldrassil. Dude, alright, let's get this out of the way. Teldrassil is an S tier leveling zone. It is an absolute undisputed S tier zone. I will even put it above, and I'm going to catch some flack for this being a primary horde main. I'll put it above the Blood Elf starting area. I will. It's just because it just blends in better. I feel like the questing, both of them have really, really good introductory quests and streamlined quest lines, especially in retail. But Night Elves just have something. I think it's just the most popular class and race combination in World of Warcraft, I believe to date, is a Night Elf Druid. And I think the second most popular is a Night Elf combination. And then after that, we start getting into the Blood Elf combinations and such. It's really fun, dude, the bounce. But I'm just excited, y'all. I'm really excited. I was itching to jump back into to get Amaria back into the game. It's been a while. It really has. I think those videos are still even up on the channel, which is pretty funny. But we're gonna go ahead and take it. Look at this. There's even look at all these players. This is awesome to see. You want when you create a new character, and this is something that retail does super well. When you create a new character, you want to see, you don't want to be just dumped into an empty void. You know what I mean? You don't want to be just dumped into a zone that's bare bones. I mean, it's cool, you know, if it's you and you get to explore everything and really take it at your own pace. I mean, you can do that in retail anyway, but it's nice to see other players around. This is very much a fact in as if you're playing classic. Like, you feel it more when you have other people around you. I mean, may or may not help you in classic, but it's just nice to know that there's other players around. You know, it's everybody is always creating a secondary or a third or fourth alt, like, or in MMO terminology, tunes, and it's just nice. It's very nice. So the introductory questline is definitely going to be a little bit on the dry side. I'm going to try to provide some more interesting points of Amaria's leveling campaign. That way y'all aren't too bored. But gosh, look at this, dude. I freaking love Kalimdor. I love Teldrassil. It just reminds me, I don't know why I correlate the two, but it reminds me of when I was in college in the West Coast and I was in my emo days and get the hair, you know, the emo hair and everything. Dude, Teldrassil is an emo haven. I will die on that hill. Like, start blasting. What did I say? When we were doing the Blood Elves had, what was the theme song for them? What was the band? Oh gosh, what did I say was it for Blood Elves when I was doing Valera's leveling campaign? I forgot the band, but they had something, and then the Forsaken had Rob Zombie. Oh, that's what it was. The Blood Elves got Marilyn Manson. The Forsaken have Rob Zombie, and I'm totally combining Night Elves and like My Chemical Romance or Pierce the Veil, or heck, if we want to get into the joking side of life, My Chemical Apothecary, My Chemical Royal Apothecary. Can somebody make like a Photoshop image and just put like the Master Apothecary in like a band or something? That'd be sick. But let's go ahead and do these little gathering quests. We're going to be heading to a cave just over yonder, literally to our left. But we got to take care of our fellow Night Elf family and help with a wife, get her husband off of the ground. Seems like he ate the wrong substance that he probably shouldn't have. Where would we be without y'all queens taking care of us? We don't have our mothers around, so y'all help us kind of fill the void in a sense. All right, first cavern. Very excited. Well, cavern's more of a cave. Got the spiders back. Oh, these things. What the heck? What were you? Oh, that's right. Okay, I completely forgot this NPC shows up. I'm pretty sure she was in the later versions. I'm not too sure. I think maybe it was Wrath that she was like introduced. Maybe even Burning Crusade. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, a little. What do you call her? Tarandrella. What do you call them? It's not a Spriggan. I can't remember what mythical creature they're supposed to resemble. But yeah, she took me off guard there for a second because I was like, what in the world? Shout out to this Druid player as well. We do have a big spider at the end of this cave that we're going to have to take care of, and I am excited for that. But out of respect, I think you can go either left or right. Kind of doesn't matter. Pretty much leads you to the same big spooter. We'll go ahead and let the Druid take the left path because we each have this quest to go ahead and take care of. You know, I'm very excited to just play Hunter again. It's been so long. We are gonna go Beast Mastery for the specialization. I think there's just only like if you're gonna do a Hunter, I think the very first specialization you should do, rather than I know the popular one would probably be Marksmanship. Ah, there she is. There's the big spider. Go ahead and take care of this little ad first, unless she aggroes, and then we'll take care of her too. We got the backup. We can challenge and be just fine. But yeah, we are going to go Beast Mastery. That's my plan. We're going to do Beast Mastery all the way through. And I think it's going to be fun. And honestly, I think it's going to be fun. I know Marksmanship is probably the more popular choice, but for me, it's just, I mean, you got to go Beastmaster. Like, you have to. Oh, hello. I wasn't expecting that ability to kick me all the way back, but it's good to know that you can cover quite a little bit of distance or get yourself distance away from the mob. I don't think that's really going to help us though for mobs that are going to challenge us, aka they'll have a charge or a leap or something. It really isn't going to do too much favor for us. But eventually we're going to have Feigned Death, so that's going to be pretty cool. And honestly, I'm just excited to get Sawdude back. A big, lazy tiger friend. Oh, nice. They even teleport us back. That's cool. We don't have to actually run out of the cavern itself. And Mr. Ivrin is back on his feet, just like a good husband would be. And the priestess is going to immediately start lecturing him about how he didn't do the dishes last night and, you know, all the different things he could be doing better as a husband. So we're going to let those two just be by themselves for a little bit. Let them handle their business, and let's get back to it. And look at this, our very first Moonwell. And it looks like we're going to get a little bit of lore. I won't read out loud because honestly, I'm not that great at trying to mimic what I believe, or at least interpret what I believe the characters would sound like. My apologies. So you'll just have to kind of read along. But yeah, a lot of lore. The Moonwells do hold a very big significance for Night Elves. And it's actually funny. This is the first Moonwell I have actually like jumped in and been around since I was assisting. What was I doing in Classic? There's one Moonwell in particular in, I think it's Ashenvale, that priests would go to if you have this specific cloth. It's to make the cloth. I think it's moon cloth actually. You take the fell cloth and you put it in the Moonwell, but there's only a specific time you can do it. Yeah, that's something that I assisted in. So this is the first time I'm seeing a Moonwell in probably close to like half a year. Sorry, we're gonna be doinking a lot too. What I mean by doinking, if you listen to the bow really carefully, like if you listen during the animation, it just sounds like a doink when it hits the mobs and if it one-shots them. So we're gonna be doing quite a bit of that. Now I may swap to a firearm. I think the firearms in World of Warcraft are pretty funny. The blunderbuss / shotgun type of thing. It's just, oh man, the sounds of them are hilarious. I'm glad they never changed. But there's quite a few in particular that I will be on the hunt for. There's one in Earthsong Falls that drops from a goblin that I definitely want to, because I think I just think it looks cool. And there's quite a few other ones that I think are going to be up our alley, but for the most part I'm going to stick with bow and arrow. I think bow and arrow is just the de facto standard. It is the signature Night Elf look, and I definitely want to stay true to that as much as possible. In terms of any type of other side specializations, I think I'm going to go ahead and do herbalism, because it's a craft that I never bothered with. Honestly, I really don't do too many different crafts in World of Warcraft. I think at most I've done cooking and I've done fishing, and really didn't take them all too far. So we're gonna go ahead and do some gathering on herbalism. I don't really plan to do a whole lot with it. I just think it's just something to kind of show, hey, this is how it works. In classic, herbalism definitely yields a lot more significance. Maybe in retail it does as well, but I rarely see it. Those two are having a very fine conversation. Okay, did I interrupt something here? Hello. If y'all need some privacy, just I'd say close the door, but there is no door. I don't know how Night Elves do their business, but we'll let them let that couple be. Dude, can you imagine living up on a tree like this? Oh wow, he bowed to me. Nice. Very nice. That was a very respectful there, Mr. Stormgrip. Yeah, can y'all imagine being able to live in a tree? And listen, I love the Undercity. I love Silvermoon City. I'm a die-hard Undercity. Like that's home. Brill, all of that is home to me. But man, Teldrassil makes a very sturdy argument. It makes a very, very big argument of of just areas that one could get. You know, that's the other thing, like player housing, when that comes out midnight, I'm really interested to see eventually the Night Elf areas, and eventually, of course, obviously the Forsaken areas and such. But I've seen some crafts of people's homes, and people are already going insane with the builds. The level of creativity that some people have is it's just phenomenal. It's out of this world. But I know y'all are excited for player housing. I am as well. Very much looking forward to it. I think it's coming out on early access for player housing is like December 2nd. So, dude, World of Warcraft players, we are eating good. We are eating very good. And just like any other character's first steps out into the world, we are moving on to the much, much bigger area in Teldrassil. Well, now we finally get that first steps out of the moon gate, or the gate on the hill. I don't know if that's a moon gateness. I think that's what it would be called. It's that first feeling. Second major goal for us is definitely going to be getting into Darnassus, the city. Gosh, dude, those first steps. Y'all veteran players, you know what I'm talking about. That very special moment when you get to your character's respective cities. The feeling of achievement. All right, back at it. Took a little bit of a tea break, also just a little bit of a break in general. I was looking all around to try to figure out, because in Classic as well as other earlier iterations of World of Warcraft, you were given a pet, to my memory. I could be completely wrong. Please, any veteran players, please do correct me if I'm wrong. But especially in, like, I want to say Wrath of the Lich King, definitely Cataclysm, hunters were given a pet, and it was a white tiger. Now, I couldn't find that. I couldn't find any white tiger companion to summon, unless I'm completely blind and I just like completely overlooked it. But I couldn't find him. I could not find my white tiger companion. So we had to actually go out and do it. Hey, we got to learn how to actually tame a beast. So we got to tame Bird over here. Bird. But this also does mean that I'm going to have to find a zone, a respective zone, and go get our dude back. Get our big lazy cat friend. Now, there's a little bit of lore to the name of why I'm naming the pets, why I'm naming him the way I'm naming him. So, is a West Coast term. It's a West Coast term. Specifically in California is where I first learned of it. I'm an East Coast Yankee boy, but went to college and university out on the West Coast. And is basically it's saying sup, but it's a very, very lazy way of doing it. Now, I first got introduced to it in NorCal, but I know in the Diego, down in the salty D of Dago, I definitely would hear that a little bit more. SoCal kind of had their own little different terminology and such. But yeah, I heard Saw quite a bit in college. So that's when I first got introduced to it. So the little lore here with the pets is, I don't mean to, like, I don't know how to say it, but they're basically high all the time. Like, they're just, imagine like Saw, dude, being just like this lazy cat who likes to go surfing in the water. I guess, I don't know what tigers can swim. They're definitely fantastic swimmers. But basically just put it like that. Like, imagine a surfer, a California surfer bro in an animal form, I guess. And that's basically the equivalent. So, and Teldrassil, like I said, I don't know. Teldrassil just reminds me of something in the West Coast. Maybe it's Chinatown, because I frequented that area so darn much. But yeah, some parts about the West Coast, even since I've been gone from it, I can't take it away from me. It's just like super skinny jeans, checkered shoes, or Converse, whichever one, flannel shirts, and just that emo hairstyle brings back some very, very cool memories for me. And I kind of equate that to Teldrassil for whatever reason. And I'd be very interested to hear, what areas of the game do y'all correlate? What memories do you, like, you just go into a zone and it's just like you just have a boatload of memories, and just like, oh yeah, I did this in this zone, or oh yeah, I used to go to this zone because I equate it to this part of my life at a certain period of time. Yeah, I'd be very interested to hear. Now, I guess I could tame one of these Night Sabers and get our Saw dude, but it just wouldn't feel the same. I don't know. The Night Saber look, not apropos. Not apropos for what I'm aiming for. I'm thinking what I'm going to end up doing is probably at some point hit up STV, Stranglethorn Vale, and tame one of the tigers there, because I think that's just a little bit more fitting. I don't know where white tigers would be in this game. Or at least I can't, off the top of my head right now, I can't think of where they would be. But regardless, Teldrassil, STV is going to be the zone that I'm definitely going to go to off screen at some point and go get our tiger buddy. Dude, I hate those freaking monstrosity looking things. They remind me of what was that horror film that had the little, not gnomes, it was the little I think it was called Gremlins. I don't know why, but they remind me of that. Though it is cool to see that you team up with them in the Bloodmist style if you level a Journey. So I mean, I guess I gotta give him some credit. Hey, Telvathran. Alpine Corruptions. Yep, we know all about that. Well, he's pretty much dead, so let's go ahead and leave him, and leave him to his just dues, I suppose. But the heck? What? What did that hunter just like? I didn't even see them. I know they were around, but I didn't see them like behind me at all. Did you see that? It's oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm pretty sure what just happened is that hunter jumped from the second floor, but then immediately hit feigned death, so it looked like they splatted on the ground. It all like hit me at once, and I'm like, what the heck just happened to this person? That's pretty cool though. That's a pretty neat trick. I need to do that in a dungeon, which also, we are absolutely going to be rolling dungeons on Amaria. I don't have a specific I don't have a specific amount of episodes that I'm going to do for Amaria's series. I don't really have a limit necessarily. Well, I mean, I have a limit and I have a rough idea of how many it's going to be, but no full guarantees. It kind of just depends on how I want to do it. And I really want to showcase a little bit more of the story element in the Night Elves, in Amaria's leveling campaign. I'm thinking at least do the first 3 major zones, which I believe are, you know, Teldrassil, obviously, Teldrassil, Darkshire / Aberdeen, and then, or Aberdeen, excuse me. Again, getting it confused with some West Coast terminology. Shouts to everybody from Washington State. Shouts to all my family, you know, the family out in Aberdeen and Olympia and all that. And then I want to say Ashenvale would probably be next too. So those are like the 3 major ones I want to show off. After that, it's kind of a toss up in the air. But I think maybe we can go to the Barrens. That would be exciting because I haven't been in the Barrens in forever. And I think maybe at that point we probably are closing in on like at least maybe level 50, level 60, give or take. I think it kind of just depends on how long Darkshore takes. But bottom line, I'm definitely going to showcase a little bit more of the story elements with Amaria, because in the previous character that we just got taken care of, which was the Lightforged Draenei Priestess, and that was incredibly fun, albeit pretty stressful. I had quite a bit of stressful moments on Priest and doing all that. But one thing I've struggled with her series is because she's a not an advanced class, more like one of the, I'll just go ahead and say advanced race. They don't really have a whole lot of storyline elements, and I don't mean that from a lore perspective. I struggle with trying to figure out what would be the best way to showcase and highlight the best elements of a Lightforged Draenei. But then ultimately it just became a dungeon run. Most of it became a dungeon run. It was still a fun series. It still took me, what, like 7-8 days, I think? I was closing in on 10 days, and that was fun. It was fun. It was definitely fun to do Priest. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it all again on a Shadow Priest and go damage this time around. But that's a different leveling campaign for a different time. Right now, we are strict to the hunter or huntress. Ah, this place, dude. This place is awesome. And these characters, it sucks when you go to the earlier levels, or you go to the starting areas and you see the trainers, because training, ever since the updates and such, you know, throughout the game's history and all the different version updates and whatnot, trainers, it's amazing that they're just there. You can still talk to them and everything, but they don't do anything because there's no, I mean, it's just mechanically, it's not sound anymore. It's not something that you have to actually worry about, which I do actually enjoy. It's a huge quality of life feature. Imagine you're a hunter in Classic, and you can pretty much use basically everything, and you have to basically level not everything, but you basically have like a full arsenal of anything that you can do. You can use anything at practically any time, and it's like, it'd be a mess trying to level bow, then level your marksmanship, then level pole arms, I'd assume, or, you know, daggers, and just forget it. That would drive me up a wall. I honestly don't know if I could do it. I probably at that point would sit there and say, okay, I'm just going to be strict to bow and arrow, and then that's it. But y'all, I think after this little bit of dialogue, we're going to go ahead and call it here for episode 1, or at least day 1 of the Hunter. I'm closing in on the time, my available time. Got some things I got to do today, but as do we all. Thank y'all so much for tuning into episode 1. Let me know, give me some feedback, how y'all enjoyed it. What are some constructive criticisms y'all can give me? And believe me, I take all of it into serious consideration. Y'all help evolve each character's leveling campaign. And I'm definitely looking forward to, once again, without sounding like a broken record, definitely looking forward to continuing Amaria's leveling campaign. I think it's going to be fun, especially when we get to Ashenvale and see the calamity and chaos that's going on over there. In terms of dungeons, I'm thinking, because we do have Burning Crusade coming up, Burning Crusade Classic, we're gonna go ahead and do Chromie time for Amaria is going to be set in the Burning Crusade, because I really want to do more Burning Crusade dungeons. Maybe even some Wrath of the Lich King dungeons too, because that's the one series of dungeons I can barely get queues for. But practically almost anything else, especially classic dungeons, you can definitely get queues for. The queues are very healthy. But we'll see how it goes. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Please be safe. Take care of each other. I'll catch y'all in episode 2 when it comes out. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Catch you in the next one. Take care.